Speed broadband access is expanding in Nebraska thanks to satellites. Announced today, Nebraska Farm Bureau members can sign up for SpaceX's Starlink service. Starlink is an internet service that provides high-speed, low-latency broadband internet through low Earth orbiting satellites. While some might not think of agriculture as a technology-heavy sector, the president of Nebraska's Farm Bureau says the industry is growing much more reliant on technology.
But we also need it not only at the farmyard, we need it out in the fields and out really on the backside of that hill. We have the ability to put tags in cows' ears and monitor their movements and that kind of stuff. And so there's things that are coming that we haven't even thought about. They're going to be standard in a couple of years, and that's all really going to be contingent on connectivity.
McHarg says when members sign up, they'll get the first 2 months of service for free. That's a $200 value. The goal, expand internet into rural Nebraska and fill those pockets of slow service in larger areas. He says you don't have to be a farmer or rancher to be a member of Nebraska Farm Bureau. We've got more information for you inside this story at KTIV.com.